name is Quinn Donovan, and I am a transformational life advisor. And I am going to bring to you this week a three-part series that is a journey to self-freedom. So today I will be talking about part one, and that is understanding what I like to call the three C's. Now, the first C would be your circumstances. What are your circumstances? Are you living the life that you love living? What is your longing and your discontent? Where do you feel that you could improve your life, or where you want to better it? Something about my circumstances that I've had at one time was living conditions. The place that I lived in, several places actually, were less than pleasant living conditions, which then caused me pain. It caused me discomfort because I wasn't comfortable where I was living. I wasn't free to express myself or really live authentically. And so the pain of my circumstance, the pain of that discomfort, pushed me to change my living conditions, to move. Another circumstance example would be your job. There's been plenty of jobs that I've had where, it starts off really great and you're loving your job, but then it changes and you start to feel that discontent. You start becoming unhappy with your job. You're not being valued. You're not getting paid what you're worth, and you're doing work that you don't even like to do. So those are a few examples of what your circumstances are. So take a look at what your circumstances are. Where are you feeling the most longing, and where are you feeling the most discontent? Look at the different areas of your life, in your health, in your well-being, in your relationships, in your career, your vacation, your job that you're doing, and how you're spending your time and money. Are you feeling a lack of money where you're not making enough money, or you don't have a job and you don't have that income that you had coming in at one time or didn't have before? So those are what I mean by circumstances. Understanding what your circumstances are and taking a look at where you are feeling the most longing and the most discontent to change, that you would want to change and better. The second C is conditioning. What is your conditioning? When I mean conditioning, I mean, what was your upbringing? What environments did you live in? Was it a happy one? Was it a loving one? Or was it an abusive one, a violent one, like abuse in all levels, sexual abuse, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, domestic abuse? What kind of environment were you living in? What are those conditions that you were raised in? What are the beliefs that your family or your upbringing has instilled in you? Do you still believe in those beliefs that you were taught, that you were conditioned to believe? There's also the conditioning that society has put on us. There's a certain picture of what a successful person looks like, or what a happy person looks like, or what a great relationship looks like. What are those conditions? And do you still believe in those beliefs, or those things that were just put on you as a kid because you didn't know any better? You had these adults who are doing the best that they can for you with what they have and how they know how to keep you safe and protect you. But do some of those things still resonate with you, or do you feel that there are places within your conditioning, within your belief systems, that can change, that you would love to change, that you don't resonate with that anymore? So take a look at what the conditionings are. It would be certain behaviors that you're doing that you've done all along, because you were raised that way. That's what you were taught. That was the examples that you were that were being set for you. So take a look at what your conditionings are. And then the third one, the third C, is control. What is control? Who has control of you? Are you allowing outside influences and family and jobs and society control how you live your life, how you see yourself? What are those, or where do you feel that you have control, or where do you feel where you don't have control, where you're just going through life and you have no control of your thoughts, you have no control of your emotions and your feelings, and which then will dictate the kind of actions that you're taking, and then will result in what it is that you create through that. So do you have control of your life? Do you have control of yourself? Something that I experienced quite some time ago was I was allowing outside influences, family and friends and society, to control how I lived my life, how I felt about myself. Like, for instance, control in a job. Was I in control of the work that I was doing? Was I loving what I was doing? Most likely, no, I wasn't loving, but I was allowing and choosing to give the job control of me and what I saw potential for myself, or really how worthy I was in the type of jobs that I was getting. So when I mean control, who is actually in control? That is something that you ask yourself, is am I in control of my life? You will get an answer. Most times it's going to say, no, I'm not in control, because the ego's in control or outside influences are in control. So understanding your circumstances, understanding your conditions and conditioning, and understanding control, you can then start evaluating your life and yourself to see where your circumstances can be changed. Don't feel that, oh, this is my life, this is all there is, and this is what I have to do. Like being at a job for your whole life, like people, not that there's anything wrong with that, but people have been at jobs for like 20 to 30 years without experiencing anything else, just because that's what they were conditioned to do, was to stay in a job, get a degree, stay in a job forever, and that's all there is to life, is working that job and paying bills. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not that. Life is not that at all. There is more to life. And so that's where you start changing your circumstances. Like, I didn't like where I lived, so I changed my thinking, I changed my conditioning in order for me to change my circumstances. I took back control of my life and how I feel about myself and what's best for me making that decision myself, not allowing anyone else to make that decision. And there people are wanting to do what's best for you, but really the only person who knows what's best for you is you. So I encourage you to take a look at what your circumstances are, what it is that you're longing and discontent with, and then take a look at your conditioning. What were some of the patterns and behaviors that you're still doing, that you were raised with, that you probably don't even resonate with anymore? You probably don't even feel that same way. And maybe you didn't even feel like you agreed with it when you were being taught, but because it was your family and they loved you and they want what was best for you, you took those conditionings on. And then also think about, do you want control of your life? Do you want to be able to create and design the life that you deserve to live? Because we all are born here to live the life that we deserve. We came here as an individual spirit to live this greatest life in this human body. There's other lives that we lived, and there might be other lives that we lived after this, but here we are in this human experience as a spiritual being living this life. So Are you going to be in control of that life? Are you going to be the one that designs it and creates it and lives your deepest heart's desires? That's what I encourage you to think about this week or today. I will be doing part 2, which is going to be happening on May 19th, which is a Wednesday. And so this 3-part series is really going to help you to see what you can do to change your life, because you have a choice. You have a choice in everything that you do. Don't think for a second that you had no choice to do something, because you have a choice every single second you are breathing. So what you choose to do will be what you project out into the world and how you would feel about yourself. So I encourage you to take a look at your circumstances and see what it is that you change. What is your conditioning that you were brought up with that you want to change? And then, taking back control. Do you want to take back control of yourself in order to free yourself from your conditionings and from your circumstances? Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing with you a video on Wednesday for part 2. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.